Hey class, my name is McKay Bell, and today I'm going to be explaining to you why hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in all of sports. So, when we talk about hitting a baseball, we have a pitcher and we have a hitter. The pitcher stands on a mound that is 60 feet, 6 inches away from the hitter. So, the pitcher goes through his pitch, and by the time the pitcher releases the ball, the hitter has 150 milliseconds to react. So that means he has 150 milliseconds or the blink of an eye, which is roughly 0.4 seconds, which is roughly 150 milliseconds, to do two different things. One, or actually three. He has to, one, decide if he's going to swing. So if he wins, once he decides he swings, he has to find the ball, look where the ball is, and third, he has to actually take his bat to the ball and hit the ball. So when we talk about the blink of an eye, it's not just the blink of an eye of hitting the ball, it's the blink of an eye of seeing the ball, finding it, and hitting it. So you have literally the blink of an eye to do this one motion. And that does not take into account all the other variables that we have to talk about. So when we talk about a baseball and throwing a baseball, we have different sizes of pitchers. So a pitcher could be 6 feet tall, or he could be 6'5", he could be 6'6", 6'7". And when you get up to these taller guys, and that's why you see most of the taller guys pitching, is because when they release the ball, they are so much closer to the hitter that the hitter has even less time to react than they would have if it was, say, me, who's just 6 foot tall, and I'm throwing to you, right? So that's another variable. Another variable is, let's take this tube for example. This is roughly the diameter of a bat, maybe a little bit wider, so out to here. So when we talk about hitting the ball, one, we says you have 0.4 seconds to react, or the blink of an eye, and you have to get this bat to hit this ball pretty well. So if you see, that is basically the whole bat. So you don't have much room for error. So when we talk about guys hitting the ball and actually doing something with it, it's got to be pretty square. If I'm hitting the ball like this, then it's just going to go straight up. Or if I hit it like this, it's going to go straight down. So you have to be fairly accurate with where you hit the ball as well on the bat. So not only do you have to hit it, you have to be very accurate with where you have to hit it. Additionally, let me get this ball again. Additionally, each pitch thrown has a different sort of movement. So it's not just a straight ball coming straight to the bat. That is a misconception. It is actually a moving ball that, to the batter's eye, is moving in different directions depending on a pitch. You have a fastball, which will move straighter. However, some guys will throw a fastball, and let's use this as an example. It'll move, so it'll look like the ball is coming here, but in the motion of the ball, it will move this much. It'll move roughly 20 inches. So imagine a 90-mile-per-hour baseball coming here, but you're trying to swing at it while it's moving all the way over here. Or, let's take this vertically, you could have a pitch coming up from here, and you're trying to swing at it and move down from here. So the pitch type changes as well. So these pitchers aren't just throwing you a fastball every single time. You're not just throwing a straight ball every single time. You're throwing a changeup moving here. You're throwing a curveball going here. You're throwing a slider going here. There's all different types of pitches. Additionally, the speed of which those pitches come in changes. So we have pitchers throwing, boom, 100 miles per hour. You get pulled over for 100 miles per hour in a car. That's how fast it is. Then you have pitchers throwing 90, but they're throwing 90 with 30 inches of movement, which is nearly 3 feet of movement trying to hit a ball coming at you 90 miles per hour. Again, you'd get pulled over if you were in a car. So that is not a simple task. Finally, that's the facts of hitting a baseball. It's not easy. Really, really fast reaction time. Movement changes. Speed changes. There are different variances in pitchers. Pitchers may even throw from a low slot. So you can see the ball coming from down here, moving up here, which is not something that usually the hitter reacts to. Additionally, when we talk about the hitter has psychological issues as well, just as any sports player does. However, the hitter has kind of the hardest time because he has to kind of predict what the pitcher is going to throw, because if he's just sitting up there just trying to hit, he's probably just going to miss it because he could throw a curveball or slider or a changeup, but he kind of has to pick his pitch, and then whatever the pitch is, boom, swing and hit, because if not, he's not going to hit it. But that is also why if you hit the baseball and you get on base 3 out of 10 times and you have an average of 300, then you're going to be on the Hall of Fame. It is that difficult. You can fail 7 out of 10 times and still be one of the best to ever do it. That is how hard it is. And that's the science and the facts of it. But obviously we're on the outside. Now we take a look at the inside and we go to guys like Deion Sanders, a Hall of Fame cornerback in the NFL, widely regarded as one of the best athletes of all time. He was asked the question, what's harder, coaching, playing football, or baseball? And his response was hitting the baseball. Even one of the greatest athletes of all time, in Deion Sanders, is saying that hitting the baseball is one of the hardest things he's ever done. Additionally, Michael Jordan went to the MLB for a season, widely regarded as the best athlete of all time. He gets there and he is lackluster. He is average, maybe even below average. He's hitting only 190, 200, not very good, and he goes back to basketball because hitting a baseball is a skillful and one of the hardest things, and actually the hardest thing to do in all of sports. So, in conclusion, reaction time, changing speeds, changing movement, different types of pitchers, psychological issues such as striking out, trying to come back, do it. Every athlete experiences them, but they're enhanced when you're trying to hit a baseball and you don't know what's coming. And you have other athletes who have also said that coming and trying to play baseball and hitting it is one of the hardest things to do. So we have science and we have people actually doing it, saying this is the hardest thing. And that is why baseball is the hardest thing to do in all of sports. Thank you.